thanks to a lot of this is thanks to you guys helping me so much. It's pretty amazing how life can shift around from, being outside and being eaten up by bugs. And now I'm warm and cozy and in love. So it's pretty wonderful. My name is Scott Cassell, and I'm 63 years old. And I originally joined the Navy back in 1980. And I joined, I was served there for a couple of years. I got out, then I joined the Army National Guard. And from 1984 to, I think it was 2006, I served primarily as a flight paramedic and a Aeroscout observer. And had a whole bunch of active tours along the coast or the border patrol and stuff like that. And of course, I was there during several different conflicts. I waited, I'm guessing 25 years before I tried to file a disability claim. Like all good soldiers, we're taught to tough it out, and you don't need help. Man up. Pull yourself up from your bootstrings or your bootstraps, and just do the best you can by yourself, and always do your best to succeed. And even though I had some problems that were directly, service related, and I let it roll off my back. I can tough this out, but then all of a sudden, a series of things happened, and I found myself homeless and getting very, very sick. And I realized I need some help. I really do, and that's when I filed. By the way, I filed pretty recently. I think I filed about a year ago, and for tinnitus at first, and I got my 10%. I got in, and then all the other things that associated with being a flight medic and seeing all the carnage and burned and gunshots. And I mean, you get to see the horrors of war up close, but you get to get your hands dirty in it too, trying to save them. So I had, of course, I had PTSD, and I've had I had 4 air crashes, and then 2 of them I had concussions, and but 2 of them I walked away without a scratch. I was working with another group of people at first, and they helped me get my tinnitus. But I say that they really didn't help me get my tinnitus. They allowed me to watch some videos, and then they told me that I had to speak with them before I had my my exam. And I tried to schedule with them before the exam, and never get back to me. And then when they finally got back to me, that was weeks after I did the exam. And then they only expressed to me how bad of a job I did, and I probably won't get approved. Then I was watching Civ Div, and he mentioned VetComm. And I'm like, I'll look into it because I really need help. I'm hurting. And 10% on tinnitus when you're living in a tent in hot weather, it's not help. So I needed better help. And they, I contacted VetComm. Actually, I read the website, and it just looked so good. It looked like they were seriously intending to help veterans, not just make a buck. And I couldn't believe how cheap it was. It was, it was even affordable for me, and I didn't have any money. So I paid it, and then almost like within hours, I already had somebody calling me back saying, "Hey, we'd like to arrange an interview and find out what's going on and upload all your information." So they jumped on it like less than a day in my case. And not saying that's always the case, but it was wonderful. And I felt like, once again, like in the military family, I had that military person on the other end of the phone, a former, a vet, that he got it. And it was absolutely wonderful. So not only did they, tell me exactly what to do, they got online and helped me log on to My Healthy Vet and actually process the application with me. And once I started working with VetComm, I mean, it just went by so fast. It was really wonderful. But it was time wasted when I wasn't working with VetComm, honestly. And not only are they low cost, but they're efficient, they care, and they help you from the beginning to the end. I'm a soldier. I'm a tough guy, and when I got off the phone talking to VetComm for the first time, I actually had a moment where I was weeping. I was crying because it wasn't because I was in trouble or things were bad. It was because I had hope, and that was a wonderful feeling. And honestly, it hasn't left. And because of VetComm and my own personal story and injuries with the Army and the Navy, I'm 100%. And not only am I 100%, but they're helping guide me through the process of, getting an ID and moving forward. So I went from having basically nothing to now I'm making a little over $4,000 every month. God bless them, and I'm looking to build my life. I'm looking at working with the VA and getting a home and have a girlfriend, and things are very exciting there. VetComm changed my life, and I am grateful to God and VetComm for the position I'm in. My point of contact at VetComm was Angel, and she was, I mean, she's top drawer professional. She did a brief background interview with me, looked through all my paperwork and file and my records, DD 214 and medical records, and she knew exactly the language to put into the application process. And like I said, she logged on with me, helped me fill out the forms, giving me the language to use, and then she literally took over for a bit and said, okay, we need to scroll down and find this particular section and phrase it like this. This is the same thing, but it's in the language the VA identifies as more effective to get the process going in your favor. The folks at VetComm understand the culture, speak the language, and in a sense, they help interpret for you to their language so that the VA raters understand what you're trying to say. You want to talk too much sometimes, and Angel at VetComm made things precise and effective, and that is worth its weight in gold, because a VA rater doesn't want to see a whole bunch of words that don't really lead to the point.